Hey, what's up everybody? In this review I thought it'd be really cool to take a new look at the Gundam Stamen or GP03 Gundam. This figure can be sold separately away from the Orcus, but I actually got it in the double pack, I guess you could say, the mega coveted dream of all us Gundam collectors, the Dendrobium set that comes from the MSIA line. Very kind of, not rare, but just really expensive to purchase. But yeah, so I thought I'd take a new look at this guy. I've reviewed him in the past, but it was with a pretty crappy camera, and you didn't really get a good look at the detail and everything. So I thought I'd show you guys now with my new camera. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and start the review. The first thing I want to show off is just how the figure comes in the Dendrobium box set, I guess you can call it. It comes as just this plain little white cardboard box, and go ahead and put the camera down. And the clamshell is inside, housing the accessories and the figure itself. As you can see, the figure's already out, so let's just go ahead and show the accessories. Hope it's not too glossy and you guys can see everything, but there's the beam rifle. You get a couple of hand swaps, including some beam saber holding hands and some trigger fingers. He already has a closed fist on himself right now. There we see the very stylish bazooka and a couple of beam sabers. The beams do not come out of the hilts. That is one thing I have to note right now. At least I don't remember them coming out. Anyways, he comes with that nice little fold-out shield and two arm attachments to form the I guess you can call them the graspers in the forearms. Unfortunately, you're going to have to attach and reattach the arms if you want to have this little gimmick showing up. But, hey, what can I say? Anyways, he comes with a backpack also detached, and the little side binders, or whatever you want to call them, that go on the hips of the Gundam. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we can go ahead and start showing off the figure itself. With the backpack and the side binders, as I think they're called, attached, this is what you're going to get. A nice looking Gundam. First thing I have to note right off the bat is that this is a very old design. Going back to Stardust Memory toy line for the MSIA in America, there were a few things that it had over the original Gundams, namely, you know, better, smoother ball joints where you can move the arms up, and just better sculpt designs. Unfortunately, for some reason, the Stamen doesn't have that. It just seems like a very plain, blocky looking figure, and that mostly can be contributed to that this figure is really just meant to be put into the Orcus. So it's not really meant, I guess, to stay out on its own, even though it was sold separately if you wanted. But, hey, you know, at least we got one, right? So anyways, first articulation point is the head. It can go up and down on a hinge. It's not a ball joint. The head can go 360. Don't really have to show that, but yeah, it can go 360. And the reason why the head is on a hinge joint is because when you have him in the Orcus, he can look up like that. See? But it does come off really easily. The arms are on a ball joint and a single joint elbow. For the elbows, sorry. So you don't get too much articulation. Not only that, the shoulder armor is it limits the arms from going up from side to side, so don't expect too much from there. Ball jointed legs at the hip, so you know you got a free little bit of free range right there. It could go up about that high before it breaks off, as you can see. Hinge or a single joint for the knees and ball joint for the ankles. You get a nice little bit of detail in there of some silver colored pistons, I guess you can call them. So it's a ball jointed ankle, and it can rotate and do all that sort of stuff. The torso, just normal version Gundam MSIA torso, not a ball joint, so it can't move up and down or anything like that. You do get a lot of articulation in the back though. The thrusters on the backpack itself can move up and down. I don't think the nozzles can. Yeah, they can as well. They're on a ball joint. The side skirts or binders, whatever you want to call them, can move up and down, and they're inserted by a peg into the back skirt there. Which, by the way, it's all one piece, and so is, no, the front skirt is a little bit separated, but it's kind of stiff. But yeah, these go up, and they have little wings on the back here as well that move up and down. Let's see, the hands are just simple pegs, so nothing cool there. All in all, it's a simple design for this Gundam, but again, at least we got it made, right? As if reviewing this guy wasn't hard enough, while switching the hands to show you some of the accessories in a better light, I just noticed how badly designed this figure is. It's not a poor design, but it's just not good. Just not good at all. So there you see that it's a ball joint right there, and it simply goes in, but there's no room for movement at all. So you can go up and down, but side to side it's going to easily come off. It's basically just a hole for the peg to go into, and then you're done. So now I think I'll just show you some of the accessories and how he looks how the Gundam looks with them on him. I'm going to be putting on the shield and maybe the bazooka. I'll show you how that looks on him, and also the beam rifle. One thing to note is that the beam saber hilts, there's no second set of beam saber hilts. Usually, you know, we see them on the back there, or we see some sort of deactivated form, or just the hilts in general somewhere stored. They're supposed to be stored in the thrusters on the top right there, but they're covered. So Bandai decided just to give one little pair of beam sabers that the hilts, you know, don't come, or that don't come out of the hilts. But that's okay. I don't mind that so much. The shield simple peg system goes into the hole. Now it's done. If I had to say anything about the shield, it just seems really flimsy and weak. It doesn't seem like a good shield. It seems like it's gonna just fold up right away. Because of those arm limitations and how everything's articulated, you really can't get a full, you can't really do any sort of cool poses or anything like that. But oh boy, see, I see, as I'm reviewing this, I feel like it wants to break away. But anyways, let's try and put the rifle in now. And there we go. So the E-pack right there, that doesn't come off. This is all just one piece, but doesn't look too bad. Looks like an okay beam rifle. Let's go ahead and show him with the bazooka. I really like the bazooka a lot. I just really wish it was able to store within the Orcus. But anyways, here it is in the long version. When it's stored in the Orcus, as shown in the anime, it can fold up like that, but you can't do that with this one. So, oh gosh, I'm a little scared. You know, just because I'm afraid that the arm is just going to bust off, and I don't want to have to deal with that right now, I'm thinking that the only way you can really pose this guy with the bazooka is underarm. Over, you know, you're just asking for a lot of trouble. The arm might just bust off, and you know, it's just a big issue that I don't want to have to deal with. So sorry guys, you're not going to be able to see him with the bazooka on. Now don't forget, you get 2 of these little arm extensions, and they're very, very cool. You just have to go ahead and detach the arm without taking the complete arm off the socket, and that is what happened. Oh boy, sad days. So as you can see, I've been having problems with this. Put the arm on this crazy looking way, but anyways, the whole effect is so actually you could look like you're grabbing stuff out of the Dendrobium missile pods, or whatever you want to call them. This part is actually put in with small little pegs right there to fit inside these little holes. Yeah, just really sad for something you pay $250 to $300 for. But anyways, let's go ahead and put everything together and just give you my, my final thought on everything. All in all, this figure is really cool to have, and it's a prized possession in Gundam collectors amongst all his figures. But the problem is that this guy is not very well built. I mean, the articulation is poor, the technology behind it and the sculpt is very, very old, but really the highlight of this figure when you get it is the Orcus itself. That's really the big picture when you buy this in the double pack, I guess you can call it. When you buy this guy single, which you can do, and I think it's only for like maybe under $100 or so. When you pay that much for something like this, it just makes you have a lot of buyer's remorse. I'm happy that I got my Orcus and I can form the whole complete Dendrobium set. But if I was going to buy this by itself, I would only pay like 30 bucks for it. And that's on the really, really high side. And that's just my opinion. Based on, you know, how it's sculpted and just the accessories and how everything looks, I mean, I'm not very happy with it by itself. That's why I really hope that this guy gets the Damashi treatment. You know what I mean? Of course, we'd probably see some beam saber hilts in the thrusters. I mean, a simple thing like that. We'd of course see the arms being able to extend out and have those little claws and stuff, and we just get articulation in the torso, and we wouldn't have such a floppy head that easily comes off. So we'd see a lot of better things with the Robot Damashi, of course, but in comparison, it'd just be like, you know, the whole, a much better looking Gundam all around. It'd be 100 million times better than this guy. So yeah, it's a great figure, but it's not that great. So I hope this review seems helpful to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy taking a better look at this figure and how it looks and all its accessories. Stay tuned for more reviews and news and all that stuff, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.